Late in 2010, Ford shook the truck industry, coming out with a smaller engine that could tow more, haul more, and get better fuel economy than a big block V8. Then, with the world watching, they tortured it.
This whole thing just seems patently unfair.
The F-150 EcoBoost torture test. Watch as a randomly selected EcoBoost engine is put through a series of grueling durability tests to prove just how tough it is. Engine 448AA, randomly selected from Cleveland Engine Plant 1, has just arrived in Dearborn, Michigan for its first challenge.
We're in the dynamometer lab. These guys are installing the new 3.5-liter EcoBoost engine. This is the most advanced engine ever put in a pickup truck. It has twin independent VCT, has twin turbochargers, and direct injection fuel system. This engine specifically is going to run through durability tests that'll run it out to simulated 150,000 miles.
In medieval times, they had machines like the Rack and the Iron Maiden. Today, we have this, Dyno Cell Block 36D. Here, engineers accelerate wear, replicating 10 years of hard use in just 300 hours.
What we do is we look at our customer usage and we learn about how our customers use our products, and then we take those and we crank them to the extremes. So we go to the extremes of the temperatures, we go to the extremes of the loads and the speeds that we see. It won't take us 10 years, 150,000 miles. We can do it over the course of weeks or months.
This dynamometer will simulate towing over 11,000 pounds up a grade steeper than Pikes Peak. The engine fatigue test runs the engine for over an hour at full throttle. And then there's thermal shock testing. It deep freezes the engine to minus 20 degrees, then shocks it to 230 degrees.
You're putting a tremendous amount of heat into an engine block that's already very cold. It starts to expand in very bizarre ways. Stresses start to develop in the cylinder block.
That's like going from the Arctic to Death Valley in 15 minutes. And they'll do it over and over and over, constantly.
There's no way that a customer could replicate the same things that we're doing. There's just no road in the world that they could drive on. There's no way they could get from the temperature extremes as fast as we're doing it. It's just not possible. We do change the oil every 50 hours. If you do the math on that, that equates to a 28,000-mile oil change interval. It's another stress factor that we put on the engine. Of course, we don't recommend our customers do that. There's 18 test rooms here that do exclusively durability testing for all the different engines that come out of Ford. If they make it out of here, we got a good product that we can sell to our customer. We're at 118 hours. It's almost halfway done, approximately 65,000 miles at this point, and we're on our way to 150,000 miles.
The different tests cycle one after the other, hour after hour, day after day, for weeks.
So we've simulated 150,000 miles on this engine. After we're done here, typically what we would do is tear down the engine, inspect it, make sure everything performed. But in this case, we're going to take it and ship it to Kansas City assembly plant, where it's going to go down the line just like all the other engines get installed in the truck.